Oh, Mitch, what do I
This one just gets swallowed, honestly.
I do regularly. Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Oh god, Pyro. Fucking go over to your commentary thing. I'm fed up with hearing my own voice. I despise myself.
Skillsy, I do sprint fucking commentary in here. Always have, always will. That has not been changed since the start.
Okay, so basically the way the game works, Mitchell, is...
Yeah, I know how it works, it's just dumb and I'll be shit at it, it's fine.
No, you'll be good at it, don't worry, buddy. Yeah, look, this is me running. This is me walking, sorry, this is me running.
I believe everyone should be not included on stream now.
I'm a sheep.
No.
Reaper didn't allow it.
Girls the QQQ.
You ready, Mitchell?
Oh yeah.
Give me a second.
Which one are we going to? Farm? Which one?
I don't know.
Well, let's pick one.
I mean, coons are used to farm, so...
Mitchell, we get it. You're Dutch. You like to hate black people, but you know it's still.
No, H1 should be the coon actually. He hates them.
Oh, Eliminator's just typing in the West Ham chant at this point. God.
Wait, what's that?
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Donnie, you have no hope. Mate, you're starting a Ferrari, aren't you? Oh, nice rain. Hold on a minute.
Skills, eh?
Get the horse, Skills.
I put my head involved.
Alright, here we go. We start with lap day, tires don't matter. Fastest lap, telemetry. Here we go, DRS.
I hear you guys go, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh no, Donnie didn't LP. Donnie last. Oh, Robin's in first as it stands. Okay.
Pyro, you somehow failed at turning over voices on.
I switched no. Oh my god, and Robin in the wall. Robin in the wall off of
Oh, no, you made it impossible,
5, I think it is. No, because am I doing it in the party then? Because it's really annoying me.
Oh, he's actually got there! Oh no! That's impressive. It's impressive. Fair play. Oh no!
I don't know why that's not letting it.
Your shit.
And you know you are.
I'm gonna have to go to my own party because if it's not letting the comms stop, if it's not letting everyone's voices be turned off, because I do hit no on sharing the voices. So back in a minute, lads. Let me find a proper part.
Oh, am I stuck?
I'm gonna start a party with you, Ishmael. Don't join it.
That's fine.
Oh no! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
Skelly, jump to the left. Skelly, jump to the left. Oh, the door shut me out.
How we do this? We can't.
No! Oh, you've actually cheated me.
Alright. Apologies, lads. Sorry about qualifying, but everything's just malfunctioned. I'm trying to stay in the party, in my other party, while people's voices got turned off, but that weren't the case. So I've joined in my own little party at the moment. So Joe's on pole in the Williams because sure. Ajala's second. I went that far off, albeit the car difference being quite different. Red Bull, O'Leary in third. I'm gonna have to get the YouTube stream up because I missed pretty much the entirety of that qualifying. For like chat, full wet, yeah. But yeah, I apologise again for not being able to see quality because I had to go through and try and find a different party to join because streams were malfunctioning apparently. But it is what it is. I don't know why it wouldn't let everyone's voices not be heard, but yeah. Here we go, there's 5 red lights, and it's 5 red lights, and it's lights out, away we go! Who's got the best start? It looks like, down into the first corner, the Alpine's got the... You know, it did look like he had a run, but it doesn't look like he's got a run now. Williams gets out in front, and he's got out in front by quite a margin, and everyone back here just having their own little fights, about 5 or 6 of them, and a couple of... what? 24 of each other maybe. Oh, someone spun. El Truco is in the wall. El Truco is in a wall off the start. Looks like Reaper's gone as well. Yep, Reaper's gone. Everyone is... We're going to get certain things off of... Looks like the McLaren that went as well. What's happened here? Yep, McLaren did go. There's a few people just all over the place off the start here. Reaper, Jack and Boom are going at it now. Looks like they're most likely not going to get pits in this race, full wets. Should get a decent chunk of crashes though, as people end up in a wall. So Joe's got a second gap to Yarlo. Yarlo's got a 1.3 second gap to Sven. Here comes Alu on the side of Bunders and going to get that move done. He's going to allow Ross in the other William to try and get alongside. Doesn't quite manage it. There's a Mercedes and a McLaren having a little bit of a mess up back there, and it looked like it was El Truco and Luke that span. Everyone on the back of each other coming down the straight here. Our own little train forming. DRS won't be a thing in this though. No full wets. Oh, well, intermediate tire, sorry, but looked like we're going rain the entire way is what I mean. Full race being in wet conditions. Looks, who's the closest we've got on the grid so far? Looks like Twanak maybe? Yeah, Twanak the closest we've got. Tried to hunt down the other Williams of Ross, who is slowly losing his ground to the Mercedes in front of him. Oh, it looked like Twanak had to use a bit of the grass there. Stell in the Alfa Romeo getting past Donny in the Alpine. Does it pretty well. Look through, trying to find out what the closest battle's going to be. It looked like... Oh, Twanak lost his car, but he saved it. He saved it from being in the wall, but he's lost quite a number of places as a result. Looks like both of the AlphaTauris going at it back here. And Yarlo's gone! Yarlo's gone! Yarlo has... Oh, it looks like he got way too much curb on the outside and just hit a wall. There's a virtual safety car. Got too much curb on the outside of 11 and definitely hit a wall. Lost his car, lost... quite a lot there. It's first DNF of the season goes to Yarlo, who was in second before that. Now Joe's got quite a distance of a gap in front between him and Sven. 4 and a bit seconds, nearly 5 seconds between the lot. Truco 55 seconds behind. Almost surprised we didn't get a full safety car there, to be honest with you. It looks like virtual safety car just gone. Go back green. Just see a couple of people tailed off about 40 seconds off the bat of Galt. It's on the end of this little, well, the whole grid at the moment. What's the closest battle we've got so far? There's a yellow flag in sector 3. It looks like in the start. Okay, it's a Luke's crashed on the start finish straight. That's not what I thought I'd see. It's now 5 seconds between Joe and Sven. Joe just waltzing away with this one. 5 tenths back. Staber's closing in on Ross. Not overtaking territory, I don't think yet, but should end up being that way soon enough. Looks like Twanak is closing in. 2 AlphaTauris are closing in on the Alfa Romeo in front of him. Erminet gets 3 seconds on that curb because he's the multiple track limits. It looked like Twanak just hit the back of them. If I'm not mistaken, there it looked like Twanak just hit the back of the worm and now a wall as well. And he's gonna watch it because he almost spun twice there. Comes over to cut off his AlphaTauri teammate for the day. Looks like Jack's got in front of him. Yep, Jack has got in front of him. Twanak looking to make some sort of move on the outside. Jesus Christ, that is some late braking. Twanak goes off into the gravel. There's a little bit of a push and shove between Stell and Donny beside him as well. Twanak going off into gravel just cost him 5 or 6 places. Stella and Boomer now try and hunt down Jack. Now Truco currently just set the fastest lap of the race, 3 tenths of a second, but with his penalties might drop down the list. By the end of it, about 2 tenths of it. So we'll actually watch this versus Staber little battle here, both in tier 1. On a Thursday night, it just crossed over another corner. You would have thought his 3 seconds would have been able to, give him a warning of that, but apparently not. Little Williams getting a little out of shape, I think, through that corner. Ross being chased down by Staber and Erm now. Staber right on the back of him. Should expect him to make some sort of push for it soon enough. With Williams, Harston and Alfa Romeo currently 6th, 7th and 8th. Little, don't want to call it a train here because it's not quite a train, but ain't far off. Looking down, we've got, did I just see that? Oh, that's he did a wall. Has spotted a wall. I thought I caught that on the way past. I didn't quite see what happened, but I'd see that might have got too much on a curb, I guess. On the outside of turn 2, lost the car and span. That is quite unfortunate. Gonna join Twanak, who's had a rough go of the last lap or two, and Robin, who had his spin earlier on. As for whether or not we're getting a pit stop to bring those guys back into play, I'm not sure. I doubt it. The safety car might bring him back into play though. Let's have a look at the Mercedes here. We go back to the front 5. We got about 6 tenths of a second. O'Leary, Alu and Bundes, the ones close enough. It looked like Bundes gets a little out of sorts through that corner. Car might have slid a little bit through the exit. Twanak gets 3 seconds through track limits. We go through onto lap 6. The yellow flag in sector 3. It looks like again. Erm's just having a nightmare of a lap. It looked like he was doing alright beforehand in the Alfa Romeo, but now he's well and truly out of the race. Everyone here from 3rd backwards to about 5th is within about half a second back. Sven of each other, and Sven in 2nd. Sven losing time rapidly to the guy in 1st, to Joe in 1st, as Joe now has a 6.5 second gap. I think without a spin we might know who wins this race already. Is now in the pit. It should be the only time he comes into the pit. Truco gets the fastest lap again. We go through here. It's about 0.3 of a second, 0.4 of a second now between all three around similar gaps. Elsewhere, we've got Stell about 0.4 of a second behind Boomer, who's trying to close in on Jack. He's trying to hold his ground with Stave at the moment, and Ross has tailed off Bunda, so we've got two little trains forming. Donny is far off of Stell and might end up having a battle between Major and Donny by the end of this. Looking through now, Stell's the closest, but we're going to get straight here with the guys up front. So to see if there's going to be any moves made here before we go back to look at Stell. It doesn't look like it. It looks like everyone's just going to use whatever slipstream there is here and keep the positions. Let's have a look at the rest of these guys back here having this little train at the moment. David's closing further in on Ross, but I'm not sure if there's going to be a move done anytime soon. For Australia, I think this might be a surprise lack of overtaking at the moment. The rain probably doesn't help that. Stell looks like he's getting right on the back. There's a Ferrari that spun out in the edge of turn, what, 4? At the beginning, you go turn 4, end of turn 3. I think it might just be Reaper. Is it Reaper or Galt? No, it's Galt. Twanak and Galt going at it now, but we'll go back to the fight between Stell and Boomer for the moment. Here we go, one of the rare opportunities for overtake. Is Stell going to be able to do it? No, he's not. If he had DRS down there, probably would have been a different story. Major and Reaper, looks like Major had a bit of an error. Can't tell, can't get good enough front wing gone. Donny gets 3 seconds worth of track limits penalties. Go back to the straight, I guess. Watch a couple of these guys try and hunt down the guy in second, as Joe now has an 8.5 second lead. Oh, my voice had just died. Apologies for that. Leary's not able to get past Swen. The game majorly overestimates what the Aston Martin could do. Looks like the Red Bull isn't being able to hold up. He's getting closer, but he hasn't been able to make any sort of moving push toward that Aston Martin yet. Maybe he's just waiting for a mistake. Maybe he's fine where he is, but I guess we'll have to find out by the end of the race. I would much rather we had Monaco in the wet, because Monaco in the wet is going to be, would have been an absolute shit show, to be honest with you, for lack of a better word. Let's have a look at Stell and Boomer again. They both come down the straight here, or well, it's cornered straight, I guess. There's a yellow flag in sector 3, and Erm's retired from the session. Is now out. What's happened? Oh, it looks like just crashed. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a safety car. There's a safety car. Has just brought this race back into effect, I guess. Oh, what have you done? How have you managed that? I assume you've taken a little bit wide out of the corner, got on the curb, hit a wall, and spun into the other wall on the other side. That is tragic. So, safety car. What was a 12-second gap for Joe is going to get cut all the way down to within a second. Probably not caring an awful lot. Purely because of he forgot to turn off his ERS and ouch. Yeah, no. Rookie mistake, Come on. We would have got better from you. So we've got what? Williams in first, Swen in the Aston Martin in second, O'Leary and the Red Bull in third. Red Bull obviously the fastest car. Bundes and Alu going to be happy where they are. Fourth, fifth might be able to push now. See if they can catch others up. Ross in sixth, Davis seventh. The other two tier 1 guys. Oh, two of the tier 1 guys. Or they're all because you didn't get Ishmael's bubbles. That's a shame. That's a real shame. And that's now glorified on stream. I am assuming that's gonna get that's gonna be a joke or two made at that one's expense. Oh god, you have did someone go and screenshot that? I'm gonna get 1 or 2 more laps on this safety car. Probably coming at the end of the next lap when Gold has eventually caught up. Yeah, safety car. Gonna go 1 more lap. Denja's got it. Denja's got it. Yeah, let's go, Denja. Did I just see Reaper get past Donny? How would the game let that happen then? Alright, interesting. So we're going to get the safety car to come in at the end of this lap, 100%. We'll have, what, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 5 laps racing? Which I am under the assumption that Joe might pull away again after this one. But this one's Joe's to lose rather than anyone else's to win. Really not a lot to talk about under the safety car, is there? I know I say this every time. I can't even say like we're going through like talking about quali or anything. We've got a couple of spins. We've had 3 spins resulting in a DNF anyway. Couple on the start-finish line. And Yalo was, I want to say, it turn 11. I think it was through the chicane that we're coming through now. We've had a couple extra spins. Tronat's gone off into the gravel off turn 3 after trying to late brake, but again, it's wet conditions. I'm going to try and warm up the tyres now. I'm waiting for someone to screw that up. Reaper's span. I know Gold span a couple of times. Major's taken one. There's a few people that have spun toward the back anyway. The rest of the guys have been pretty smooth sailing so far. Joe backing everyone up. Safety car coming in. We should get a Joe going at the end of this straight most likely. Oh, I don't know whether or not he's attempted to warm his tyres up a bit there, otherwise he's just screwed up. And here we go. It doesn't look like Joe caught anyone lacking. It just looks like he got a better exit than Swen. Add to the safety car restart. Maybe Stell's going to make a move finally? No, it's not going to be close enough. Needs to have Boomer to make a mistake. 3 seconds for Reaper on the outside of track limits. So, penalties. 3 seconds for a few people. Here we go. Stell and Boomer finally going at it. Oh, it looks like one of the Ferrari. They look like Reaper's just got all out of shape behind him. Lost a bit of time there. He might have saved it, but didn't look particularly great out of that corner. Boomer was overtaken by Stell in the process, and there's 3 people going at it here. We got Ross, Daber, and Jack all pretty much in a line a minute ago. Daber's going to have the inside of this corner, and Stell's going to try and take the liberty of going around the outside of the following one on Jack. Doesn't look like he's able to make it work. There's a couple overtakes behind him. Swen and O'Leary going back at each other. Allow for the Red Bull, trying to get 3 seconds, and allow for the Red Bull to get past Sven, who decided to become a lawnmower for a minute. Got very shaky out of that one. He's probably going to be put under a lot of pressure from Alu and Bundes behind him now. See if he's able to respond, but O'Leary's just going to be able to drive off into the sunset, I think, now. So the yellow flag in sector 3, it is a Ferrari. It's Gold again. He's not had the greatest of days, I don't think, there, but here we go. Mercedes and a Haas going at it now, and 4th and 5th. Alu's managed to hold Bundes off for another couple of corners at the very least. Got another battle happening right behind this one as well. A little bit of a trade all the way back. Donny is having a problem. Him and Robin are going to go at it now. Twanak is about 3 tenths back as we work our way back through the field. But we'll sit watching Bundes at the moment. The yellow flag in sector 1, it's Gold again. Gold's had an awful time for his first race of the season here for sprint. Not been his particularly best effort. Oh, the Mercedes gets out of sorts on the edge of that corner. The yellow flag in sector 2 as the other Mercedes has got out of sorts as well, and El Truco has spun. El Truco is now 16th because of Gold just spinning all over the place. And Gold's finally retired. So El Truco is now the last of the ones we have still running. Alu and Sven here. These two try to look to be pushing on. Looks like O'Leary is closing that gap to that Williams down. Whether it's by enough, we didn't quite get collision there between the Haas and the Mercedes. There might have been a slight tap, but there was not enough to force anyone to make any mistakes. Still about 2 tenths of a second back further on in the pack. We should see him try and pull in on Jack at the moment. He's going to be losing time for the straight. Sven about 6 tenths of a second. Unable to clear Alu by any decent margin yet, and Bundes is just on the curb for quite a while. We allow for more time to be put between Sven and Alu momentarily, and all then lost immediately. About 3 seconds now below between O'Leary and Joe, as those two starting the gap between those two starting to form again. 3 seconds between O'Leary and Sven. We've got the Mercedes here on the back of the Haas trying to force his way through. Probably get a little bit more so straight that he can't find his way through on the tier 1 Alu Palo. As Alu is about half second off Sven. Sven been making mistakes in this race, but he's still top 3. Not going to complain. So Stel got 3 seconds. Yeah, Galt's having the worst start he could have imagined. Rain, Australia crashes. Yeah, I know. I don't mind us. Oh, there's a bit of a collision there. Looks like Bundes goes right into the rear wheel as Ross is spun around. It looks like those two went into the final corner and Ross is in trouble. It looks like Staber might have lost a couple of positions there as well. May have been collected, not sure. Ross is all the way to the back. It's unfortunate circumstances. Oh my god, there's another in the wall. There's another couple in the wall. Oh my god, there's another couple. It looks like Reaper's lost his front wing entirely. Donny's going to try and take advantage of this. Same with Robin. It looks like Staber's lost his front wing as well. Ross and I believe Jack went... Well, no, Bundes went through the final corner together. Apologies to Jack for trying to lump him in there. I think someone came off worse because Bundes hits the back of Alu, gets pushed into the grasp of Ross, but I think those two came around the final corner, and I don't know if Bundes was ready for it. Couple is in the wall, yep. Yeah, Ross is spinning on the final corner. Stave and Reaper in the wall. Jesus Christ almighty, that was just an eventful couple of laps. Let's see who's been able to make a move here. Stave and Reaper is fighting over there. Position with no front wings. Donnie and Robin are fighting now. These two have been going back and forth for quite a while. Looks like Truco's managed to get back on the back of these guys. Jack looking at Bunders now. I'm about to say Stell, then I realised Stell is behind him. About 3 seconds now between the leader and second, followed by 4.5 seconds to gap to third. Alu's in fourth. I don't think I can agree with you there, Danielle. But he is definitely having a great race, that's for sure. Especially in that Williams, that is pretty hard to control in the dry, never mind in the wet. Bunda did about 0.3 of a second back on Alu. So we wait to see Joe get closer and closer to the finish line. We go to Joe. Continue watching this battle as that happens. About 0.3 of a second here. The yellow flag in sector 2. It's a McLaren. As Robin is now in the wall. Let's have a look at what Robin's done. It doesn't look like he got damaged. He might have just spun. Well, at that, we're going to go on to Joe's perspective now for the final couple of corners, and he's going to be able to coast to the line. He's going to be able to coast to the line as we see Joe come over the line, and Joe's going to win the first sprint race of the season in Australia. Is he going to be able to continue that into Monaco? We will, we'll be able to see. O'Leary comes over in second. He's going to enjoy that result. Swen in third. Alu in fourth. Bunda's fifth. Jack sixth. Boomer's going to take seventh after all the chaos. Dell eighth. Major ninth. As he had a spin early in the race and somehow got away with a decent finish. Truco's going to finish the top 10. Twanax 11th, Donnie 12th, Ross 13th, didn't come last after his chaotic little spin with running with Bunders in the final couple of corners. I'm pretty sure that was if Australia ended like this, how's it going to be in Monaco? Well, Monaco in the dry is going to be a chaotic. If Monaco's in the wet, then I'm going to put an over-under on how many people finish it. It's not going to be particularly high. That was Stell getting driver of the day from the game anyway. That was a crazy final 5 laps. It almost seemed like the race was, from the start, it was kind of meandering along just as it was. Not many overtakes, not much of anything, to be completely honest with you. Then we had the safety cars, and with the safety car came a bunch of spins, bunch of collisions, everything else that came with it. Stave and Reaper got in with it. Joe, God, didn't chat. Bunders and Ross did come together. It confirms what I thought. We got a few non-finishers there. 4 non-finishers. And, well, 4 people that had their... when you're driving on your own, it's very monotonous. Agreed. Like, we had Joe with a 12-second gap before that safety car. Like... there's not a lot that I could really cover with that, is there? It's like, when you're watching that race, you see the guy first in the first 6 or 7 laps get a 12-second gap well out in front. It is that it is. It's really hot. I'm in despair. What is that saying? What? I need to get this up. Let me have a look at this. Dangerous. Why is Denja such a swat? Okay, okay. We taking shots at each other today, are we? Monaco's great. I don't know what you mean. Robin's trying to say that Major pushed him off deliberately. We might see a bunch of reports, possibly. You're alright there, Daniel. You might want to get that checked out if your heart melted. I'm sorry, I had to take that one too literally. Let me drink my chocolate milkshake in the middle of this. God, that doesn't get any less sickly. It's almost like a chocolate mousse, that, rather than a chocolate milkshake. Really is, one I have to drink in moderation, I think, because that is very sickly if you drink that too quickly. Oh no, I know. I was deliberately taking it too literal. I was deliberately doing it. Don't worry, I already knew it was a joke. Pyro, httpPyro food review. Fuck's sake. Of course, it's, you know, when you have stuff ordered to you from a restaurant, and you gotta have leave some of it until the actual race itself. Spare a tear to break the club blood clot. Oh God. Oh, Jesus. Might just stick to my water for the rest of the race. That is way too... way too much. Chat's going off during our little break here. What's going on in actual Discord? Go at... Oh, we're going now, I guess, then. What is going on in this chat? Yeah, we're going. Okay. I don't actually know what's going on in the Discord chat anymore. People going on about smoking. Well, Monaco, here we go. Always glorious to see. I think this should be on the actual calendar and 50% as well. If it's on the calendar in the 50%, then you see you get a lot more. You get all the chaos for a lot longer. It's brilliant. Even better to commentate. Alright, I'll leave my over-under in about 5 minutes until I see the qualifying and race conditions. This is going to be great. Ern's making another rhyme. Well, Monaco is going to be sick or hot. I mean, it's Monaco. It's probably going... I would die laughing if it rains. If it does rain, it'll be hilarious. It would be hilarious. Pyro's milk is sweet. Okay, that's not the way I would have phrased that. That's not the way I would have phrased that. Wow, my rose is black. Oh God. Oh God. This entire thing's gone to chaos. We're only on week 1. There's everything gone to chaos already. Truco would be annoyed in this pit lane. You're not allowed to smoke. Oh, Monaco in Sprint League. This could get pretty fun pretty quickly. We'll stay on Joe, considering he won the first one, so he's expecting to be somewhere near the front here. Go through the first couple of corners. Joe's hit a wall. Major's retired. Joe's somehow in second. And coming around the corner that everyone's probably in first gear for at this point. Boomer's all the way up in third. I did not expect that. Now Truco in the Mercedes will hit the front. And before he ends up spinning, nobody wants him to be over front because he just parks his car and defends like a maniac. Galt's on top, or Galt was on top for a moment. It looked like Joe may have just invalidated. Galt's invalidated as well. Swen's in first now. The only first guy's not invalidated. Stell's in first, coming over the line anyway. Well, not coming over the line, but into Raskas. And then over the line anyway. Here we go, down the final straight. Royal retired. And Stell's going to be on pole with a 1:11.755, and he's on pole by half a second. O'Leary gets disqualified, Galt gets disqualified, Reaper and Bunder's going to join the crew. Truco, I believe, Span. Well, we went through qualifying, 4 got their laps invalidated and 2 actually retired. There's a lot of variation in that. Well, I think Ross and Truco may have Span. In 10th. I think everyone up to Staber might have, everyone from Staber onwards might have crashed. At some point, still in the Alfa Romeo, 1:11.7, half a second ahead of anyone else. So Arlo and Robin pretty close together. Apart from that, everyone else seems to be rather separated. Could be the point that Stell dominates this one. Very little overtake going to happen on Monaco. Might get a few, but it's Monaco at the end of the day. The only overtake you get from people hitting a wall, which is probably very common. Right, it's looked like it's going to be dry, so over or under people finishing. We start with 20. I say over or under 13. Front wing is broken, suspension is gone, true has been broken. Monaco's best at dawn. Fair enough. Also, M's just turned into a rhyming machine now. How many wings are changed? There's no point even going on and over under on that because there's just going to be too many. But yeah, I say over under 13 people finishing from here, and it's lights out, away we go. It looks like Stell's got off very well. Stella's got off far better than anyone else. Are we getting heroics into Sandevot? We are going to get heroics into Sandevot, and people are crashing all over the place. It looks like there's an Alfa Romeo stock. It's crashed off the first corner. Is in a wall off corner number 1. In a wall of Sandevot. It looks like Donny and Luke are going to go at it. Donny gets through. The yellow flag in sector 1 is just trying to stop. And Boomer gets a 3-second tyre penalty for corner cutting on Monaco. How the fuck have you managed that? Yellow flag in sector 2. What's going on here? Retired. We look like we got some of the guys from the front, from the first race having a horrible time through here. Retired off the very first corner. Few guys going at it here. Stell's 2 seconds off the road, up the road already. Otruka gets 3 seconds. Luke Span. Looks like Luke's had a problem through the chicane. Swen is on the back of Robin going into Raskas, is followed on closely by Yarlo. A Boomer on the back of these guys as well. Got Span and then couldn't turn around. And the yellow flag in sector 1, 2 and 3. Looked like Major might have been the cause that yellow flag. You are the real winner here. You did one corner in Monaco, but actually, I take that back. Monaco's great. I don't know what you mean. Monaco is great. I'm not taking Monaco slander. I'm not taking Monaco slander from anyone in this chat. Never mind someone who can't finish a race. Well, it looks like, why is Robin gone ghosted? Looks like it may have been an internet issue. Again, I can't cover the front. I literally can't cover the front because the guy in front just stormed off. We haven't had a safety car of any kind yet. Looks like Robin got really poor on the entrance into that. He's still able to hold his position though because it's Monaco. And Swen and Yarlo try and follow really close behind alongside Boomer and the other Aston Martin. Still with a 113 flat. He's probably well past anyone else as Robin goes quite slow. Sorry, just lost my train of thought. He's about 5 seconds back now. It looks like without... Oh, there's a yellow flag. Major's retired from the session. Sector 2, there's a yellow flag and Major's out. He got a 10-second for corner cut and he might have just hit a wall. Here we go. That's not a corner cut if I've ever seen one. Thought it was pretty hard to do corner cutting around Monaco if I'm not going to lie. Got a little bit of a train here. Say that Stell's 6 seconds now up the road. Coming into the chicane, who's messing up the chicane this time? Making more rhymes up as we go through chat. O'Leary gets 3 seconds. Honestly, here I was thinking there was not a lot of places you could fuck up at Monaco, but especially in terms of track limits. But apparently I'm wrong. Stell goes to 12.777. 7777. Please, someone tell me they get that reference from their thing. But here we go. And we go through the corners. Alu's closing in on Boomer. See if anyone's going to make any sort of mistake. The yellow flag in sector 2. Ferrari looked like Galt has screwed up. He has. He's just tailed off the back now as Joe's 20 seconds tailed off Reaper, who's on the back of everyone here. Yellow flag in sector 2. Looked like Robin has hit a wall and screwed up Casino Square by the looks of it. Yep, he has. He dropped from 2nd to 5th, and Swen's now 8.5 seconds, nearly 9 seconds off Stell. But he's going to have a clean shot at it, trying to close that gap now, considering he's far and away. As Yellow is also cleared a second to Boomer, and everyone got piled up in the Robin crash. He's going to allow for people to start to pull away. 10 people in the stream at the moment as Boomer finally Boomer comes in, heads first of the people to come in the pits. Yarlo closed in quite quickly on Swen. Looks like Usain has been lapped already. Yes, he has. But Stell quite a margin ahead at the moment. Stell now broken into what Joe was doing and getting a double figure lead. And comes a safety car any minute now then. Stell's flying, yep. Yellow about 5/10 off as he's trying to hunt down Swen. See if he's going to be able to make something work coming through the next couple of corners. Gold just meandering along behind them, a lap back. You've got Donny about 0.2 of a second behind Jack in 6th. Might see people starting to... Here we go. Donny's going to try and make something work for Raskas, and that was always going to be a dodgy decision. El Truco's going to get through on him as well now, and El Truco's going to hit 5th place as Jack comes in for a pit, Ross comes in for a pit. Donnie probably didn't make the safest of decisions there, trying to make something work for Raskas. But I guess if it's Monaco, you've got to make a move somewhere. Might have wanted to be patient rather than anything else. Looking down the grid, about 4/10 of a second is your closest battle at the moment. Yeah, it is 3/10 of a second now between Yellow and Sandhu. Yellow has been closing in as we go further and further along. Yellow might be able to make something work here. You're saying it's 3 seconds. I feel like I was just picking on the poor at this point. It's about 1/4 of a second between these two. Well, we've seen the other Alpine make a move down Raskas, and I think we might just have a safety car with that one, because that looked pretty rough. I don't think Gold actually just broke at all, actually. Donny, Twanak, Bunders all come into the pit now. Yellow's still closing in on Sven, not been able to find a place to make a move work yet. Very little chance of that happening here in Monaco, to be fair. The longer he stays behind him, more he's probably going to get frustrated that he can't get through. Maybe he forces a Sven mistake. Sven's liable to those. Truco has now got within 4/10 of a second in Alu in 5th. We've had 3 DNS already. I am not aware of any major collisions yet. Minus turn 1. Lap 1, turn 1 this with them as all that happened in the Sandavot. And Yellow is obviously too far back to make anything work through Raskas, but Sven comes into the pit, so Yellow now has a lap to have a clean shot at trying to get past Sven. Whether or not that works, about to find out. It looks like Alu comes in as well and allows for Truco to try and make a clean shot at it. Boomer goes on through. It's going so well for you there, Dano. Last bit was a little bit let off. A little bit of let down. Oh well. What's the closest we've got now? Robin and Sven? Looks like it. Like Robin's been able to come back since he made his mistake, and Yallow's made his mistake now. He's got 3 seconds worth of time penalty. He is 13 seconds off the pace of Stell, who is absolutely flying. Sven gets 3 seconds, so looks like that's Yallow's mistake immediately removed. As Sven's the current guy that you would want to keep an eye out when it comes to Yallow. Looks like Boomer made his stop as well. What time is Boomer on? Well, Boomer is on medium, so he's going to the end. He's made his stop. Yallow coming out around the corner. He is alongside Sven. Oh, we're going to go too wide up the hill. Oh, we're not. It looked like Sven backed off. Oh, Sven, little clip of the wall there. It looked like that on my screen anyway. Oh, Robin got 3 seconds for corner cutting as he just decides to mount the curb. Oh well, you tried, that's all that matters. Yeah, go again. Yellow, 7/10 of a second behind Boomer. Boomer's the only one that's made his stop out of these guys. Stell's about to make his. He's 19 seconds up on Truco. Good chunk of the way in front of thing. He's already heading out of the pits. already heading out of the pits. That is one hell of a gap that was set up between these two. Paper comes into the pit. Now Truco and Stell are going at it now. Here we go. These two go around the corner. Looks like Stell's cleared El Truco. Is going to be able to build his gap back up. He is 7/10 ahead of O'Leary, who started on the medium. These guys still have to pit later on. Galt's left the session now, and it's about 8/10 of a second between Stell and Truco. Just got caught up in reading what Donnell put. Yarlow's 4/10 of a, half a second now off of Boomer. They come through the tunnel. It stands everyone behind Stell has a penalty all the way up till Jack. Because Monaco track limits are apparently more prevalent than I thought they would be committed to this race. I thought it'd be the spins, not the track limits. I didn't even think you were going to get a penalty for them, but it is what it is. In comes Reaper for his pit stop. We're going to have O'Leary and Truco still for the pit stops. Yarlow's coming up behind Boomer and see where these two decide to pick their battles. They're allowed to Swen to catch up on the back of the two. Aston Martin's will be able to have a little go at it in a minute. Ross gets his 3 seconds. As we go through, we've seen a lot of 3 seconds. Did Reaper hit a wall? What did Reaper do? Like Reaper did hit a wall. It's a bit of an awkward start to the second stint. Everyone just bunched up here now. Okay. Looks like Swen's just dropped off a little bit. These three come right up to each other as O'Leary decides he didn't really want to take the second part of that chicane. And this camera angle is incredible. I would love a race just for them to do this camera angle for the entire race every time. They're not going to get it though. In comes O'Leary for his pit. Yarlow puts Boomer up to third, net P2. Yarlow there, Donny gets 3 seconds. You guys that haven't got 3 seconds yet, but maybe Jack and Alu might be able to be great beneficiaries of people not actually keeping within the white lines. Here we go. Looks like Yarlow just going wide actually rather than trying to make a move. Got Robin here. These three are now stuck. Or worse, looked like it for a minute and dropped far off the pace. Looks like Robin made a hash of it, probably. I'm going to stay here and see Jack tried to make a move to the inside. Probably backed out of it the last second because he didn't think he was close enough. Yarlow's about 0.2 of a second now. They come up right behind each other. Not going to make anything stupid in the Rasgas. And we're going for another lap. Sector 2, the yellow flag of the Truca comes in. Leary has absolutely messed it up. Leary might not have a front wing anymore. Still 15 seconds ahead of everyone else. Just casually 15 seconds ahead of everyone else. Here we there's still Yarlow and Yarlow and Boomer this time, sorry. What's everyone's penalties? At the moment, pretty much the entire lobby has 3 seconds. There's Stell just clear by a mile. Next 4 guys after him, everyone's done their pit stops that they need to do now. All 4 behind him got their 3 seconds as Yarlow come to the outside looking for it. Gonna get warning for that 100%. Didn't get any room to make any sort of overtake happen on Boomer there. Might have been too far behind as well. It's little clip with a wall. This little battle's been pretty exciting to watch to Aston Martin than an Alpine. Ross gets another 3 seconds as those 3 seconds are going to start mounting up for people. Going through Zandvoort, still looks like Yalo going to be right on the back, right in the gearbox of Bouma all the way through. Joe and Truco are going to go up the hill, and they're going to go too wide. Oh, it looked like they were going to go too wide for a minute then. It looked like Truco had maybe made a little bit of a mistake, but he's managed to save it and goes up the hill just fine as Joe sits off the back of him. It's a Haas. These three still going at it. A Haas, an AlphaTauri and a McLaren. The AlphaTauri and the Haas don't have penalties. The McLaren does, but he's also now 4 seconds off the other 3 guys. And penalties are really only going to affect him now. Truco gets 3 extra, so he's now got 6 seconds worth of penalties. We'll only drop him behind Joe though, because Twanak's 10 seconds off the pace. Bunders gets 3, Staber gets 3, Donny gets 3. Okay, we've got DRS here, and the stewards are giving out 3-second time penalties like the Christmas gifts. Yalo does finally get the move into Zandvoort on Bouma, puts him up to second. He only has 18 seconds to catch now. Good luck, because there were 5 laps from the end of the race. It's going to require a stealth spin, and even that might not be enough. Is he going to be able to clear anything on Bouma? That's the question now. If he clears enough on Bouma, he's only got himself to worry about, because the penalties are even for these 3 guys. Oh, a little wide there, nearly hit a wall, but he's going to be fine. Does that well. Looks like he's cleared a decent gap to Bouma, who's not done this lap particularly well at all. Yalo's not going to complain that the guy behind him is doing worse than he would be expecting to. Might be the tyres actually, considering his tyres are 3 laps older, but each to their own. Donny gets another 3 seconds, he's up to 12. It's been a bit of a penalty fest, this one actually. We've got 3 guys here up the hill. We've got 3 more guys in there, 4 more guys in the Zandvoort. These 4, well, with Joe just tagging on the end of it, gonna try and push for something. Alu's momentarily slipping off the back of Joe, but he might be able to catch up around this corner here into the square. And he gets right behind him because Robin doesn't take the corner particularly well. It holds up Jack. Pretty hard to get that corner spot on, to be fair, especially when you're around other people making mistakes. Here we go. Oh, it looked like we were going for here we go, and Robin's going to get 3 more for cutting the corner. It looked like we were going to get a here we go for a minute then, into the chicane, but Jack did back out. It looked like it forced Robin's mistake anyway. Alu looking to push on to try and get past Jack here. He sees that might be able to get 5th if he can get past him or force him into a mistake, and the Mercedes behind him has made an awful mistake on the curb. Doesn't hit a wall, but he does lose the position. That is an awful mistake to make at this point in the race. Going to cost him that position. He already had 6 seconds worth of penalties. He's trying to fight through the line of cars we've got here, but now Truco's going to be off the back of these guys. Looks like Alu's getting the Williams in his gearbox momentarily, as he was in the gearbox of the AlphaTauri. There's 19 seconds now between Stell and Yalo. We might be able to get these 2 going too wide. Nope, we're going to have Joe back out, Jack back out of it again. These doesn't look to make any unnecessary moves, to be completely honest with you. Only get the move done if it's the time is right. 3 more for Donny, 3 more for Ross. Jesus, there's so many people with multiple penalties. The yellow flag, Truco again? Yep, it is Truco again, who's had a nightmare lap. Seems to be having a nightmare Rascas all of a sudden. Staber's left the session. Might just be his internet logging out. Very different. No, Donny's retired. What has happened here? Donny just retired in the pits. Okay. These 4 come round this corner once again. Looks like Robin keeps going and hitting a wall on the outside of it. At least making contact with the wall. Doesn't look like it's doing his car too much damage. He's getting away with it. Reaper gets past Staber. Staber's just a CPU now. These guys are just going to take that chicane normally for once. It's now 20 seconds between Yarlow and Stell, or it was. What has happened here? What has happened here? Oh, Stell pit. Stell pit, it just didn't come up on my screen. Sympathy pits, anyone? Wanted someone to race for once? Jesus. You know it's bad when the guy that was winning had enough time to go and make a pit stop and still come out winning. Not really gonna have much of a competition through the corners now. We're gonna have Robin, who gets passed by Jack. Oh, and Robin's gonna hit a wall again. Robin does not like that corner. He does not like that hairpin at all. Every single time I've seen him, I think he's hit the wall. Might have been a throttle issue there, actually. The other McLaren's hitting a wall as well. Alu gets past. And Robin spun again. Whether he got hit, I don't know. But he got past quite by quite a number of people there. 3 got through on lap 20 of 20. As a few guys come through now. On to the final lap of the race. Twanak and Bunders, a little bit of a battle maybe. But everyone's starting to separate a bit now. Jack's 10 seconds off the pace of Swen. So penalties and Bunders is these guys driving the Mercedes seem to be enjoying that curb on the outside, or the inside, sorry, the final corner. Is apparently a wall on the outside of Sandevot, but about 8/10 of a second, he's not going to get it on this lap. Might have actually got a bit of damage, otherwise he's just losing the car through these corners, and everyone is now out of DRS. I mean, Monaco DRS doesn't really exist, but Stell going for fastest lap, I assume. Going through Rascas, gets a little bit shaky, but keeps it straight. Monaco's not asked, I'm not taking this slander. As Stell comes over the line and wins in Monaco. So that's 1 win for Joe, 1 win for Stell. Yarlow gets a 2nd place. He's not going to complain about that in Monaco at all. Boomer's going to take 3rd. Swen's going to take 4th. Luke finishes a lap down. Jack's going to take 5th. Alu's going to take 6th. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Joe's going to take 7th. Truco's coming in over the line, and I'm going to hold off for that. I think Twanak might have got 8th from this. Yep, Twanak's going to get 8th. Truco's going to get 9th. Robin's going to get 10th. Bond is 11th. Ross going to come over. Looks like in 13th, actually. Yep, Ross is going to get 13th. O'Leary's going to get 12th. Reaper's coming through Rascas for the final time now. And I quite enjoyed that. Reaper is the last one of the actual functioning drivers to finish the race. Joe gets, so we've had Both of our winners have had driver of the day. Both of our winners should be pretty close when it comes to the standings, I'm pretty sure. Stell got a decent finish. I think he got like top 6 or 7 in Australia. Joe's got 7th or 8th here. So maybe a couple points in between them. Not going to be too different there, actually. Stell lost by a point if you're going by normal F1 scoring, which means Stell ended 8th in Australia compared to Joe's 7th here. Going to be a couple of points difference there going into week 2 between those two. We could have a decent actual, well, they're both going to be in the Haas next week. We could have an actual decent championship between these two by the looks of it. But with that being both of the sprint races for today, only been going an hour, I think that is cue for me to say goodbyes for today anyway. There's obviously streams for the races on Thursday. Tier 1, Tier 3, Tier 5 go on Thursday. I commentate in Tier 1. Should have someone commentating with me on the Thursday. I'm pretty sure Mitchell is going to do it with me again because he is currently sitting out a 3-race ban. I'll be here again next week doing sprint. I have my own race to race on Sunday. There's still quite a lot coming along for F1 in the future. There's obviously things coming for GT7, GT Sport coming along as well. I think there's Set of Corsa at the end of next month. A lot coming for the league. But with that, I think I'm going to say my goodbyes. See you again on Thursday. I'm going to end the stream here.